Well, me and Frank out here were just talking about awakening and people waking up to their own divinity and consciousness and truth. As that rises, you know, the external forces of control and power will lose power, or even better, will be asserted around the center of each of us. You know, the individuals, and coming from within our own lives into our community, into our world, and letting the outer forces serve the inner truth. So it's about awakening people. It's about awakening us to that inner truth and activating that consciousness and reminding people, waking them up from this dream of separateness and seeing that we are all one and we're all Christ, we're all Buddha, we're all, you know, soul, and to share practical solutions from that place of awakening. Phoenix.
That's really the really big important part right now, and it's as we all awaken to the teacher that is within each of us, and I find it's such an amazing theme that's happening. I got an email last night, in fact 2 days ago, of a woman that I met at Omega who sent an email out to 80 people saying, I just got a vision, it's time for all of us to wake up and be the teachers, and I want to create a forum, she says, you know, that we can all communicate and teach each other. And, you know, and so for so long, people have been going to seek the teacher outside of them, you know, and I was at a workshop this weekend and kept saying, my teachers, my elders, my gurus, and I was like, but it's time to claim that for ourselves. It's like we are all of those embodiments, and we know it. I think a lot of people are waking up, you know, like I just know that's what I've been doing all this time, and so the teacher within us is really, and yet at the same time though, that piece of humility that I was going back to, we're also students.
We're all the students that a lot of people just want. You know, to find the teacher and kind of, you know, be, you know, the student is we're both.
Right.
And we have to, you know, both serve and, you know, teach and learn and be at the same time.
At the same time.
It's funner this way.
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
I know where we're going. I can do this. And it's like, all right, I'm done. I want to get in the back seat and cuddle. Like, I will do it.
Yeah, exactly. And the ego gets out of the way of anyone having, you know, a monopoly on information or knowledge or wisdom. And you can learn from someone who's 20 years younger or, you know, 80 years your senior.
Yeah.
Wow. Or from the flower, or you know, or from the painting, or from whatever it is. It's really great. And I really think everything is sacred, so everything's a teacher. I really truly believe.
And I'm thinking about something I learned yesterday, which is like the three things all humans really want in here is love, acceptance. What's the other one?
Purpose?
To be included.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between acceptance and being included?
I think acceptance is like, even if you're bad or something happens, it's like we still accept you. You're not denied. So you're right, that is an inclusion. But included is like, you can accept someone and not invite them over.
I guess they're kind of like branches of each other, because you're not, you know, you can't really have one without the other in a, you know, harmonious way.
Right.
Yeah.
And love is really like the highest degree of acceptance. Just to love someone.
You can accept somebody, but still not want to be around them and say whatever, you know, that's your thing. But that inclusiveness might be the greatest one.
It's that unconditional love. So even if you don't really like them, you still, you know, you're like, well, you know, you love them.
Right.
You know.
But to have them included is like, it's to love them and like them and
Yes,
all
yes.
at the same time. Like you bring them in, you want them to be part of your circle.
Right.
That's exactly the personal and the deepest.
And the pathway to that is through the heart.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Truly and deeply.
It's the one, it's the God within us.
It's the center. It is your center. When you are like a single-celled organism, you start off as a cell, and then you divide into a tetrahedron, and then a star tetrahedron, and then you kind of turn into like this little mess, and then a torus field. Then you turn into like a toroidal field, and right in the core of that toroidal field is where your heart is formed. And that is the first organ that comes out of your being. And then from there, the rest of you kind of explodes out of the heart. So that's kind of the first. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
And I think that I read Jeffrey Hudson's Kingdom of the Gods, where he was talking about the demon kingdom, from little fairies and elementals up to landscape angels to mountain gods. And he said the angelic forms, there's a head chakra, a root chakra, they're taking energy from heaven and energy from the earth, mixing it into the heart and breathing out. So people see as twins, really, that even with them, that they're taking these two centers and mixing them into their heart chakra and then sending them out to the world. So their angelic beings are.
Yeah.
It's hard to bring it all together.
And another cool thing is the ancient Egyptians, right? You know how they kind of like when a king died or whatever, they would take out all the organs. They'd cut them open or whatever, take out all the organs, put them in little jars, and they'd be buried with them. They also take out the heart and they take out the brain. The brain they would throw in the garbage, and then the heart they would put back in the body because the heart was that important. And they felt like the brain was a useless tool and you didn't need it because it was a tool of duality. And the heart was kind of your center. It was, you know, the center of your being, and you needed it with you as you kind of transcend into the next level.
The jars are closed, but they put the heart back in
Yeah.
to show how important it was, and it needed to be right there with you so you can get up and get the other stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny that, like you said, that the brain is like, oh, duality.
Yeah, they just throw it out and it's in the garbage. I mean, and we pride ourselves in the brain in modern society. We're like, the brain is where the mind and everything rests, but you know, the heart actually has brain cells too.